Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into something called search engine optimization. You've probably heard it called SEO, and we're going to break down exactly what you need to know. Okay, so picture this. You've poured your heart and soul into building this amazing website. It looks gorgeous, it's super functional, but there's a huge problem, right? Nobody's visiting. It's kind of like you've built the coolest store in the world, but it's tucked away in some hidden alley where no one can find it. So what do you do? Well, the solution to this whole invisibility problem is learning how to get found. And that, my friends, is what we call SEO. All right, so what exactly is SEO? You can think of it as the process of optimizing your website to show up higher when people search for stuff on Google or Bing. The whole point is to get what we call organic traffic. That just means people find you naturally because you're a great match for what they're looking for, not because you paid for a flashy ad. Okay, that sounds nice and all, but why should you really care about this for your business? Let's get into it. We're going to look at 3 huge benefits. All right, benefit number 1. This one's pretty straightforward, but it's a biggie. Increased visibility. I mean, think about it. Where do you go when you want to find, well, anything? You go to a search engine, right? The vast majority of online journeys start right there. And if you're not on that first page of results, you might as well be invisible to most of your potential customers. Okay, let's talk about number 2. This goes a little deeper than just getting eyeballs on your site. It's about perception. It builds credibility and trust. Seriously, think about how you use search. Don't you automatically trust the first few results a little more? It's human nature. A high ranking is like a stamp of approval from the search engine. It basically tells people, hey, this site knows what it's talking about. It's legit. And that brings us to our 3rd core benefit. This one is all about strategy. It gives you a huge competitive advantage. Look, the online world is crowded. SEO is your secret weapon. It's what can push you right past your competitors, especially the ones who are kind of sleeping on their SEO game. Okay, I get it. SEO can sound huge, a little intimidating, right? But here's the good news. You can really boil it all down to just 3 core pillars. Once you understand these, it all starts to make sense. So let's break them down. Pillar number 1 is on-page SEO. This is all the stuff you do on your actual website pages. We're talking about your content, your headlines, your keywords, even your images. The store analogy works perfectly here. It's like making sure your products are neatly on the shelves, the signs are crystal clear, and the layout is easy for shoppers to navigate. Okay, next up we have pillar 2, off-page SEO. This is all the stuff that happens away from your website. Sticking with our store analogy, this is your reputation out in the real world. It's word of mouth, it's other credible sites linking to you, kind of like another store owner telling their customers, you should check out that shop over there. It all builds your authority. And pillar number 3 is technical SEO. Now, don't let the word technical scare you. This is just the back-end stuff, the nuts and bolts. Is your site fast? Does it work well on a phone? In our store analogy, this is making sure the building's foundation is solid, the doors open without creaking, and that there's a clear map for delivery trucks, or in this case, search engines to follow. So there you have it, our 3 pillars. But there's one thing that holds all of them up, the true foundation. And it's all about learning to speak your customer's language. It's about getting inside their heads and figuring out the exact words and phrases they're typing into that search box. This whole process has a name, keyword research, and it's not as complex as it sounds. You basically start by brainstorming ideas. Then you do a little digging to see how popular those keywords are and how tough the competition is. After that, you just pick the best ones, group them together, and voila, you've got the beginnings of a real strategy. Let's make this super practical. Imagine you run a bakery. A keyword like best bakery in your city is going to have a ton of searches, right? But it's also probably got a lot of competition. But look at this other one, fresh bread delivery. Maybe fewer people are searching for it, but the competition is low. That's a sweet spot. That's an opportunity where you can really stand out and win. Okay, theory is one thing, but now let's put this into practice. Let's take one of these keywords and see how you'd actually use it to optimize something simple, like a blog post. So, on any given page, there are a few key spots that search engines look at very closely. We're talking about your title, that little snippet of text you see in the search results, your headings, things like that. Let's use that gluten-free pastries idea and see how this plays out. First up, the title tag. This is basically the headline of your page in a Google search. So instead of just gluten-free pastries, how about something like this? See how much better that is? It's got the keyword, it promises value, the top 5 benefits, and it even calls out a specific audience. It makes you want to click, right? Next, we've got the meta description. That's the little blurb right underneath the title. And this is your chance to really sell the click. You can see here we've got our keywords, we're talking about benefits, and we even have a little call to action at the end. It's your mini advertisement. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that SEO isn't some secret, dark art. It's not magic. It's really just a system for helping the right customers find you. It's about communicating clearly with search engines so they can do their job, which is to connect people with the answers they're looking for. And I want to leave you with this final thought. When you're just starting out, forget about algorithms, just for a minute. Instead, think about your customer. Ask yourself this: what is the number one question my ideal customer is asking that I can answer? If you can figure that out and build your content around it, you're already miles ahead of the game.